guys, I'm back this week. Catherine Gabrielle here, and this week, I'll be honest, I have just totally forgotten about doing my vlog videos, and I said vlog, that is, I think I kind of sounded like I said blog. So this week, the idea was to talk about one of the mission trips I've been on, mission experiences I've had, because it's been 2 years since I left this one, which is like crazy to me. Time, like sometimes time seems to go by so slow and you're like, I just want to get to the next thing. And then other times it's like, wow, where did the time go? What have I done with my life since then? I've actually done a lot of things, so I'm really happy about that. Anyway, so like I was saying, didn't really pick up my camera. First off, if you're new to my channel, my name is Catherine Gabrielle. I am living around the Chattanooga area, love Tennessee. I'm still kind of a newbie to Tennessee. I am not a full-time vlogger. This is just kind of a random hobby thing that I decided to start doing. This channel is just all about random lifestyle things in my life, whether it be mission stories or cooking things, plant-based eating, health things, lessons learned in life, I don't know, whatever, cat stories too, because I have a cat. So anyways, I've got lots going on today, so this video, hopefully it won't be nearly as long as the last one. Last week I told my MS story, and that's going to be an ongoing thing, so I'll probably make more videos about that, what I'm doing, how things are going. But today's going to be pretty chill. I mean, like, I'm looking pretty chill. Look at this. What is this? So, all my friends know I have a thing about my hair. Like, yeah, I feel best when I can make my hair look good, which is going to happen later, but I wanted to get this done. So I'm going to start off this week first by doing my top 2 faves. Top 2 faves this week are 2 different drinks, tea item things. I'll talk about this one first. This one's the more healthier of the 2. This is the Organic Healthy Cycle Tea. The Organic Healthy Cycle Tea. This thing has been like a lifesaver for me. Let me tell ya, I have gone through some really rough PMS experiences. Just like, here's life and the troubles of life, but then you go through PMS, and just for me, sometimes, not all the time, but a lot of times, it's just the emotions skyrocket. And it's just so intense and everything feels so real. Like, please, men, I know you go through a lot with dealing with us girls, but like, really, I think there are some of us that are like, it is a legitimate struggle. And so I've been really trying to figure out ways to help myself. And so this has been one of the best things I've started to do. I take this tea, not twice a day. I started out taking it every day until my period would begin. And then I would stop for about a week and then start it again. And that was working really well. Then I noticed after a couple months, it's like it wasn't having the same effect. So I cut back because I thought maybe my body's kind of acclimated to it. So now I do every other day and then still have that time of not being on it during my period. So this Organic Healthy Cycle Tea, the box is all banged up. I ordered it from Amazon. All right, so for my second top 2 fave this week is this drink. This is the Dandelion Caramel Nut. It says roasted herbal tea, but it's actually like a imitation coffee imitation. I have tried various imitation coffee. Why do I keep saying that? Coffee imitation whatever, you know what I mean. So I've tried several different kinds before, and they always make my mouth like really dry. It's bizarre. This one though has not. I primarily love this as a cold drink. It's just like a nice treat, and the caramel nut in particular is so good. So I highly recommend. Those are definitely two of my favorite things to have as a lifesaver, but also as just an enjoyable drink to have. I wanted to talk about my mission experience that I had 2 years ago. I had decided after graduate school that I wanted to experience mission work. It was something I had experienced in high school, like short-term missions. So those are like no more than a month, you're out somewhere. And my high school was amazing and could offer a program like that. Then I hadn't gone on missions for a long time, and I hadn't really been active in anything in church and stuff for a while. Several years later, after high school, my neighbors were doing mission trips to Ecuador. So one year I went on a trip with them, and it was awesome. And it kind of rekindled that excitement that I had for missions, and going to other countries, meeting new people, interacting with different cultures. So love that. Sorry, my nose is like still kind of clogged. Anyways, so then after grad school in 2019, I was like, I think this is the time. I'm gonna have like a little break between graduation, like me choosing to start my career. So why not take this time and try this out? So I applied for this program, and it was in the country of Belize. Didn't even really know like Belize existed before this time, and it's this teeny tiny country below Mexico. And so I applied, I got accepted. I was kind of like, wow, what am I doing? I've never done anything like this, but I felt like the Lord was opening the way. I had gone into it with a lot of prayer, and everything was falling into place. So I went. It was going to be a 3-month program, and I'd also like never been actually away from home that long in another country and everything. Anyways, it turned out to be a very good experience. I will tell you, it was like the hardest thing I've ever done. Seriously. Like, you think Belize and you think nice beaches and all these things, and it has all that. It is a beautiful country. But where I was for this mission training experience was not beautiful and lovely and just vacation. No, it was working outside. It is so hot, and then you wish it would rain, but then when it rains, you get these massive mosquitoes that like you bend over and you've got like 25 of them coming at your rear, and it was just so intense in that way, and then intense in just being out of your comfort zone. But that's one of the things I want to talk about, are like a couple of the lessons that I learned in those 3 months. And there are so many things, but I was living in a house with I think like 6 other girls, and I was the 7th. And my roommate was from Bolivia. I'd never met somebody from Bolivia before. Then I don't speak Spanish fluently, and I think everybody else in my house spoke Spanish as their first language except one other girl. And it was funny because even when I met this other girl, like the first time, I was like, I really hope we're not in the same house because I don't think we're going to get along. Thankfully we did, and we did end up in the same house. And I think one of the things that bonded us was that both of us have English as our first language. So one of the things I learned on this trip was that you can make friends with people that you would not have expected to connect with at all. So that friend was one example, and we are still friends today. And if you are watching this, I love you. And I'm sorry I had that first impression that was just off. But anyways, I'm really grateful for those new friends. And then I met another friend who's from Colombia, and we're still friends to this day. And I just never imagined that we would remain friends for this long. And I've not really had friends in other countries that I really have put effort into keeping in contact with, I guess. So that's really, really awesome. And had I not gone and had that experience, then I want to have these new connections and kind of have a little glimpse into their culture and their life. So I think that's awesome. I love it. Love talking to them. Another thing I want to talk about is being pushed out of your comfort zone. Like, that is rough. But I think it's so necessary if you want to grow. If you want to grow, something's got to change. You can't just keep doing the same old and expect there to be any kind of difference. So I was pushed out of my comfort zone in little ways and big ways. So like little ways was like where we were, you'd have to like pay extra if you wanted to use like a hair equipment like my straightener. And so I realized very quickly that my straightener was not going to be put to use at all during these 3 months. And as you can see, I have curly hair. I straighten my hair a lot or blow dry it or something to like keep it under control. I mean, my hair is not like kinky curly, but it can be pretty curly. And I personally have always disliked how curly my hair is. And a lot of times I just don't leave it in its truly natural form. Yeah, so I struggled with that. Like, I was constantly like, wow, when am I ever gonna do my hair again? When is it gonna look normal? Because this is not how I do my hair at home. And so there were like those inner struggles like that were really like the little things. I had to learn to like style my hair in a different way, or like put it in braids a lot, twist it and then put it in a ponytail or a bun and just, make it look cute the way it is. Make it work, So little stepping out of my comfort zone there. But then also we were divided in groups to work in local churches. And over the course of the 3 months, we were going to have to preach. Now, prior to going on this trip, I had met somebody that had done it years past, and I asked them specifically, do we have to preach? Because like, I don't think I can do that. I really don't want to do this. I don't like being up in front of people. Like, I don't really naturally willingly do this. I mean, after that experience, now I'm a little bit more willing, but in the past, no way. So I went. We had to preach 3 times. 3. So I prepared, and honestly, I think all my sermons were not more than 15 minutes. But it was just not my forte. And we had to do it. I mean, I guess we didn't have to do it, but if we wanted to pass the whole program, like, you had to do it. And it was just really battling with getting out of myself, just stop thinking about me and how I feel, and that maybe the Lord wants to use me to reach somebody that my friend here can't reach that person, but I could if I were willing to just get up and do it and stop thinking about myself and how I'm perceived and whatever. So anyways, I did share, and it's always a blessing because of that. I love music, and I've always thought this about musicians. There are some musicians that are really shy, and they're like, it's taken me so much to get up here. And I'm like, wow, had they not gotten up there, I would be missing out on so much, because I am so blessed by the ministry that they're offering. And it's because they chose to put themselves aside. So that was another thing that I really learned over the 3 months, was stepping out of my comfort zone. Well, the first one was getting to know new people in other countries, other cultures, different points of view, and how enriching it is to have gained those friendships. Second one was stepping out of my comfort zone. The third one and last one I'm going to talk about, so I don't make this video incredibly long like last week, is willingness. There's that verse in the Bible that says, "Here am I, send me." And I think there's a song of that too, and I think a lot of times we sing it or read it, but let's internalize it. And you really don't have to go far. I went to Belize for this experience, but since being home, I have found that there are needs everywhere. And I have a friend that said this once, and I absolutely love this, that if you see a need, you are the answer. It's all about your willingness. If there's a friend that needs a ride someplace or they're having car trouble, there's the need. That's your mission. That's a work to do. You're impacting somebody else's life. That's really all missions is, impacting somebody else's life for good, because we are the hands and the feet, the mouth, ears of Jesus if we're willing. There was a point toward the end of the 3 months that we were going to do a mission trip in a little town in the southern portion of Belize. We were working at a school, and I was chosen to be the evangelistic leader. And as we progressed and got closer and closer to this mission trip time, I realized that my portion as the evangelistic leader will basically make or break this entire mission trip experience for everyone. So I started to feel like the weight of the world on me. And again, I was like, this is so not my element, people. I'm not a leader. Especially in evangelistic efforts, like, this isn't me. And I had such a hard time with this. And praise the Lord, I had friends that gave me little bits of encouragement as the time went along and told me I was doing really good, even though it was not my thing. And there was one point where I just burst into tears in front of our director, and I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like everything's going poorly, and then she came to me and she's like, no, you were too hard on yourself. Things are going as I would expect them to go. It's not bad. And then I was so grateful because toward the end of our experience there, it was like 1 week, there were kids from the week of prayer that had decided to be baptized because of the messages that my friends were sharing. And so I was like, wow, people actually made major decisions off of this experience, and all we had to do was be the willing hands, feet, and mouth to set it up and speak the words and reach, because even one would have been enough. So that was really beautiful. But also, we worked in the community a lot, and a lot of people were saying they wanted to go back to church. They had stopped going, or they wanted to put in more effort to reach their community members and their neighbors to come to their local church. So that was really awesome, and that taught me a big lesson too. I thought things were going so terribly, but in reality, someone's heart was being reached and I didn't even know it. So, and that's where it's like, it's not about me. It's not about me. It's not about you when you go do missions. It's about sharing Christ and planting the seed for the Holy Spirit to do the work and allow that seed to germinate and grow into a full blooming plant. So those are the 3 things I learned primarily while I was doing mission work in Belize 2 years ago. And to finish off this video, I was going to throw up some pictures to show you all that experience, and I would just highly recommend an experience of doing missions. And again, it does not have to be in another country. I know a lot of people go to different countries and that seems really amazing, but the things you do at home are amazing. Not can be, they are just as important and amazing. Again, you don't have to look very far. If there's a need and you see it, you can be the answer. So I want to encourage you to get involved some way, somehow. Pray about it. Allow the Lord to lead you. Read in the Bible, and the Lord will just impress upon your heart and allow you to meet the right people. But be willing. Be willing to try new things, even if it means stepping out of that comfort zone. That's okay. And it's okay if you discover that, no, this wasn't the right thing for me. Okay, that's fine. There will be something else along the way at some point. So I encourage you to do that, and I'm gonna now throw up some pictures to finish off this video. Thanks for listening. Thanks for visiting again and coming back, or visiting for the first time, and I hope you continue to follow me on this lifestyle vlog. It's different and kind of random every week. So anyways, thanks for checking in, and please subscribe and like this video. Bye.